guys don't welcome back to the show. I'm your boy BP, your boy Chubbs, and Ryan right here. This is, of course, the second half of your Wednesday Night Wars. This is your AEW version of NXT.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, that's
Oh,
right,
sure,
man.
sure.
Hey, man, we still love Undertaker. It's all right. It's cool. But anyway, man, I thought this match, I thought the beginning of this whole show started off pretty good, dude. We had a 12-man tag team, and I'm going to tell you, I told you earlier, is I can't stand these multiple tag teams. The only ones I like is maybe 6. I don't like 8-man tags. I can't stand 10. I can't stand 12 because too much bullshit is going on to where you can't keep up in this same old process, rinse and repeat shit they have. But this match right here actually was so entertaining to me, dude. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. 12-man tag. You had the Elite with FTR going against the Dark Order and, of course, Colt Cabana. What's you smiling over here? What's up? What's on your mind with that?
I loved it. I loved it. You got to actually see Colt Cabana kind of step out of his box. He was a little more ruthless in this match than he has been.
Yeah, man.
But all in all, I liked it. There was a point in the match where Dax Hardwood actually got hurt, and they had to take him to the back. And guess who took him to the back?
His partner and your boy
and Hangman Page. So
something's gonna happen.
Great to let them keep pushing the needle.
And you see, Hangman Page almost knocked the shit out of Omega in this match.
He did. He did. That was pretty close at the end. But all in all, man, you can't ever go wrong when you put the Young Bucks or just FTR or all of them in a match together. But everyone that I've seen has always been 4 stars, 5 stars. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And to open a show, to get people ramped to want to watch it, that's a great way to start a show.
Who would have thought the Dark Order and Colt Cabana would win this match, man? You know, that is crazy in itself. To beat the Elite and to beat FTR, that was awesome, dude. What do you think about this match?
I think it was a great match, honestly. A weird way to kick off the show, but it was great. I loved how the match started, but I kind of would have went different if that was me. The whole like Brody Lee in there against the Young Bucks, just kind of squashing them, and that was hilarious. I mean, he's a big dude.
He is a big dude.
But the way I thought it would go is like the Dark Order, like the anonymous henchmen he had, number 9 and 10 and 13 and 7 or whatever the fuck that was. They would have started the match and got their asses whooped.
10 was up beside the commentating table with the girl. What's her name? Sarah Jane or something? I don't know what her name was. Anna Jay or something, yeah.
But honestly, the way I thought that match would go with the Dark Order is the Dark Order and they're failing, and then their leader gets pissed off and comes in and cleans house. That's how I thought it would go. That's how I personally would have voted.
That wasn't the case though.
No.
But man, for Dark Order, and they beat Adam Page, his boy.
Yeah, they did.
And the reason why it's funny that happened because also I think Jim Ross or somebody said something, or Taz might have said, "See, you should have joined the Dark Order or whatever." Well, why Adam Page should have joined the Dark Order. So
and the more in the past couple weeks, the more I watched Brody Lee, and the fact that they're actually letting him talk and use a microphone, unlike the other company that didn't let him say anything.
WWE.
The more I'm really liking the guy. Like
they really screwed up with Brody Lee. The whole Luke Harper character was not working for him, dude.
And just the way that him and Page and Kenny Omega keep going back and forth.
Yeah,
it cracks me up.
It does. It's funny. Stuff. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really entertaining, dude. I gave it, like I said, I gave this match 4 stars, and the Dark Order didn't win this match. Before we continue with this, I want to talk about Excalibur, man. That dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. The last 2 weeks he's been off the show, so he hasn't been commentating, so Taz has been taking his place. But I do kind of know because the whole controversy thing with Excalibur being seen on 2 different videos. One was at a live show, at an indie show, saying the N-word, and the other one was just an interview by himself, and he also said N-word, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Excalibur, or if he's suspended, or if they're firing him, or what's going on. I don't know. But that's why we haven't seen him in the last couple of weeks. He's just sort of situation.
I don't care. Like I said before, I think the show would be better with him off.
Yeah.
and just let Taz or Ross or Jericho do it. And
Jericho.
It would be awesome.
I
It
agree
would be
wholeheartedly.
amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
But the one thing I'll say about the Excalibur thing is I don't care, and we're better off without him.
I agree.
And the report I read was last week he actually asked to not be on the show. He
Okay.
thought it would be for the best, and then it ended up working against him because people were talking about, hey, why wasn't Excalibur on the show? And it brought it up more than it needed to be brought up.
So then it kind of backfired on that.
Yeah.
That's the way
So
I see it.
He was trying to do a preventative measure, but I think it just made things worse.
He's trying to make the fire sizzle out a little bit, but it
Yeah.
made it worse. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got what you're saying. So yeah, so that's kind of, man, I don't know, that's screwed up. Like you said, a lot of you guys out there might like Excalibur. I was never a really big fan. I'm not really a big fan. So like my partners here, I don't care. I don't care
When
about
Dynamite
him.
first started out, I liked him because it was a change of what I was used to.
Right, it was
But-
something new.
But he kind of got stale quickly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Other than that, the next matchup, man. Two of my tag teams. I mean, that I like. Two of my favorite tag teams I like actually is Ortiz and Santana. You know, going against the Best Friends. These guys are funny, and it's funny because Chuck Taylor come driving in, and his mom's, not his mom's, but his best friend Trent's mom's, Sue's minivan. And they parked it beside an AEW trailer when they got there. So that was interesting. Of course, it was a little white minivan. It was, it was what it was. They had this match. Best friends ended up kicking the shit out of Santana and Ortiz, winning this match. Not kicking the shit out of him, but they ended up fucking beating him. You know, Ortiz and Santana, you're not going to kick the shit out of these guys. You're not. It's going to be a match. And it actually was a great match. I gave this match also 4 stars. So, I don't know. What do you think about this whole situation between Best Friends and...
I like the match. I thought it was good. The fact that they showed up in the van makes me laugh
I was just hoping
wholeheartedly.
Sue would be there. That'd be good. I loved having her on.
There were some good spots in it too. Some good tag team action.
There was.
I think that Santana and Ortiz, I wasn't sure about them at first, but the more I watch them, the more I actually
My
like
least
'em.
favorite of the group is Ortiz, I think. But I think he's funny.
I think they're getting
I just want to shave his head.
underutilized
Love his hair,
sometimes.
dude.
But all in all, good match. I liked it.
Blowtorch too.
Got the big African, but he's a Mexican, so he's got the big Mexican fro going on, whatever. It's funny.
I don't want him near water or any liquids, and we'll be okay. You do that, the guy can't swim.
But at the end of this match, man, after the match was over with, Ortiz and Santana found the minivan, and they totally destroyed it.
Yeah, they did.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Oh, Sue.
Painted it. Poor Sue, man. Lost her minivan. Man, it's funny.
How's Trent going to get us to soccer practice now?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. You know what's funny to me, is you know that new AEW figures are coming out now. Or they are out. You got the Unrivaled ones coming out, or that's out already, and then you got the Jericho thing coming out, exclusive. Then you got the Rival 2 coming out. I've seen Ringside Collectibles. People are wanting Sue's van, detachable windows, broken windows, detachable tires. They want this van to be made for Ringside Collectibles now. I've seen it. I have to show you guys.
It's
in a
like
little
the
bit.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, it's like that
It's,
Braun Strowman ambulance shit. But now they're trying to make a ringside of Sue's van,
that's
just
funny.
because of what happened on Dynamite.
So that was a
See-
team tag with the FTR's truck.
Well, I heard it's supposed to come with Sue figure. It's supposed to come with the Sue figure. That's
Can
what
you
they
imagine being a star in AEW that don't have a figure out and Sue gets a fucking
Yeah, and you got Trent Beretta's mom getting a figure. So there you go.
Yeah,
But that's
it's,
pretty funny.
It was a great match. Hey man, like if we're talking about wars right now, like so far, I gotta give AEW the advantage.
I'm gonna tell you this. I gave the first 2 matches 4 stars right off the bat. Next up, man, we had Matt Hardy come out, and he is talking about House Party or what's her name's
Private Party.
Private Party, House Party. I'm sorry.
Reminds him of his brother.
Yeah, it's about reminding they reminded him of him and his brother, and they're actually a really good team. I mean, I'm not big fans of them right now at this point, but they are actually a good team. And then you start talking trash about another guy, Sammy Guevara, and Sammy came out from underneath the ring and jumped Matt Hardy And man, that chair shot was nuts, dude. And I heard that was not supposed to happen. That was an
No.
accident.
Oh yeah.
When Sammy threw that chair and it hit Matt Hardy in the head and busted him open, that was not a work spot. That was actually it was an
Right.
accident.
Right. Yeah.
And I heard Sammy got a pretty good yelling backstage after that was for it was an accident, but it happened.
That was a hell of a fucking flip off the stage, though. Let's talk about that.
Dude, that was a good flip onto the table.
What was that, like an 840?
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
And what's crazy is I saw him throw the chair and I saw him hit him, and I didn't see blood at all.
Yeah.
But as soon as he crashed through that table,
You can see it really good.
exploded like
Yeah, you can really
crazy.
see it. Yeah, definitely I agree with that. And what's also crazy about this whole situation is the whole time in AEW, we did not get to see like the women like we should. But if you looked in the audience, which I did a couple times, my boys, woman was back here.
And everybody's woman.
Everybody's woman was back there.
The Cougar.
Vicky Guerrero, the Cougar, and Nyla Rose was in the audience the whole show. The whole show. So that was crazy there. They didn't have a match, but they were in the audience. Sheena wasn't there either.
Yeah,
week.
this
Sheena was not there.
she was in the audience. I seen her.
Was she?
Yeah.
But, of course, Britt Baker was there. And we're going to get in that in a minute.
I was gonna say, like, this show overall sucked for the women.
For the women, it did, yeah. Next up, you had a match between John Silver and Alex Reynolds, part of the Dark Order. These guys are pretty badass, and they showed out in this match. I'm gonna tell you what, man. These guys, they actually brought it to Cody and Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, whatever you want to call him. It was actually a good match. Not bad. I gave this match 3 stars, not as I did the first 2. Of course, Cody and Matt did end up winning the match. What do you think about this?
I just thought it was okay. I think Cody and Matt winning was a foregone conclusion because you don't bring a guy back just to make him lose
You only
in
made
his first match.
you only made it perfect if they did lose.
Yeah, that would have been different.
Funny, a
But-
little bit different.
I thought it was okay. I would probably just give it 2 because I just, like I said, I thought it was okay.
Right.
The 2 guys from the Dark Order, I'm not that familiar with, so that might have been another reason I wasn't that
Right.
invested in it.
But they put on a good match with them.
What about you?
Yeah, I gotta kind of agree here. I thought the match was underwhelming. Curious where this angle is leading, man. I gotta imagine that it's gonna lead to Cardona versus Cody at some point.
I was just going to say that. I think next week you're going to have a match between Cody defending the TNT title against Scorpio Sky, and I think Cody's going to win that match slightly because I think you're going to set up a match between Cody and Matt, and I think Matt is going to turning on Cody or something's going to happen. I can see Zack Ryder being a heel, or Matt, whatever you're going to call him, being a heel. You could also see Cody being a heel because we've talked about the Four Horsemen emerging, but I'm not sure exactly how,
Yeah.
what part. I don't know what they're going to do yet with that.
So, and you would think that they'll start putting some work in on that if Cody's supposed to be in it, because you got a tease already with FTR and Arn Anderson and Tony Blanchard and the Hangman, but you haven't seen anything. from
What you
Cody
just said
yet.
right there, that's the
So,
team I would have put together. Whether it be Arn Anderson, Tony Blanchard managing them, but I would put Adam Page, FTR, and Cody together if they're going to do something like that. So I don't know.
But if you take Tully away from Sean Spears, I mean, what are you gonna do?
That's true. What's Sean going to do?
call his daughter. That's what I would do.
Well, to see, that's another thing. We should talk about this
Right
in
now?
NXT. No, we should talk about this in NXT part because also
But that's
I'm
another
hearing-
story for another day.
I'm hearing some rumors about that too. But we'll get into that later on. Like you said, that's another story. But yeah, too bad she shouldn't. She should have came here. But you're right. But yeah, man, you're right. I don't know. Something's gonna happen between. You're right. I think something's gonna happen between Matt and Cody. Man, I don't know exactly what, but I think it's gonna lead to a match. But to me, I kind of hope Cody loses the TNT Championship next week to Scorpio Sky. To push Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Give him
Yeah.
a good push and to piss Cody off. This might throw him over the edge to be that heel for the upcoming new Horseman or whatever. I don't know.
And the reason that he brought up Scorpio Sky, we talked about it off camera, was the fact that this past Tuesday on AEW Dark, which actually is a good show. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it.
I should have. I haven't watched it.
Shameless
Is
plug,
it Scorpio Sky won his match? I forget who his match was with.
I did read it, but I forgot who
After
did
the
it.
match was over,
Yeah.
he took a chair in the middle of the ring and basically said, "Screw you guys. You've been underutilizing me. It's time for a change. It's time that I get a shot and get on top." So he's trying to get pushed, and Dustin Rhodes really likes him. Jericho really likes
You
him.
can't blame
so
him. I mean, I'd be
We'll
kind of
see
pissed
how it
off too.
goes.
Yeah, I'll be mad too about it. You can't blame the guy.
You gotta look, every opportunity he has, he's kind of shined. He wasn't supposed to be
He
tag
did,
team champions.
and he did bring up the fact that he has been one of 2 or 3 people that has pinned Jon Moxley already.
That's true. That's
So.
true. And his work with SCU, man, that was pretty good. He was really, like you said, he was a great tag team champion with them guys. But
And that wasn't supposed to happen if you think about it. It's supposed to be Daniels in Kazarian, not.
That's true. But Daniels did get hurt.
Yeah.
That's what
So
happened.
I'm just interested to see next week how that match goes.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. You're right. Next up, man, we had the debate. The debate between, you know, the 2020 debate you had between Orange Cassidy and, of course, our boy, the demigod, La Champion, Chris Jericho. And the mediator, out of nowhere, what the hell happened here? I have no clue. After 20 years, Eric Bischoff has made his way back to TNT on a different wrestling show, and it was good to see him. Because last time we seen Eric Bischoff wasn't WWE, but last time we seen him on TNT was back in 2000 when he was with WCW. Of course, when he was managing and running WCW. But this right here, this debate was so funny, dude. I thought it was fantastically done. Jericho, there's not enough I can say about this dude. He is one of a kind. Probably the best thing, besides something else we forgot to talk about. We'll get in that in a minute. Besides MJF, man, what a great debate this was. Orange Cassidy didn't have nothing to say until Eric Bischoff brought up the ocean.
Global warming.
Global warming. What? And Jericho was like, you have nothing to say about this whole, about us wrestling, about me, about our match, but when Eric Bischoff says something about global warming or the damn ocean, you're going to run your mouth like you're Encyclopedia Brown, man. It was crazy.
I love it because Chris Jericho's like, nobody cares about that. We want to talk about
And then he
that."
starts talking about it.
I mean, it's some impressive facts there. Talking about, coastal inland communities and storm surges.
And Eric Bischoff's face was like, that was so
First
funny.
time we ever hear Orange Cassidy talk is about global warming.
Yeah, exactly.
I brought it up. That was probably my favorite part, hearing him talk. But I brought up the fact that they actually took that from a movie, Old School. If you've never seen it, there's a scene where they have a debate and Will Ferrell gets on there and he just talks and talks, just like Orange Cassidy did. And that just made me laugh.
I didn't put those two together. That's a
that
good point.
was
That's funny.
that was awesome. That was
excellent.
awesome. And you can't go wrong when you put Jericho
Oh
in front
my
of any
God, dude.
microphone. So I love the segment. I love Jericho. Anything with him just talking is money. Is gold.
Fantastic, dude.
Talking about his $5,000 suit. And, next
No,
week-
actually, it was a $10,000 suit, but it was a $7,000 jacket that Orange Cassidy. For some reason, they said it's getting oranger.
yeah. Oh.
It's getting oranger and it's stinking more and more. Hey, excuse me. Did you not hear Jericho's comments about Orange Cassidy's jean jacket? About how
I did, but I don't remember exactly what I said.
it smells like engine oil or some bullshit, and I don't know. Oh
No,
my
but,
god!
yeah, that was awesome. But let's not forget the fact that next week, if Cassidy loses, he's got to pay for that jacket.
That is part of the stipulation for next week's match. Orange Cassidy goes 1-1 against Le Champion, and if Cassidy loses this match, he has to pay for another jacket for Chris Jericho. Of course, it's not a what they call it, $3,000 scarf that got destroyed or stolen one time. I don't know.
And,
that was on another show, different company.
And no surprise though, who won this debate?
Hey man, the only reason why he won this debate is because Bischoff's a blooming idiot. But yeah, Orange Cassidy did win this debate, but it was funny because at the end of this, Jericho says, "What the hell you know? I couldn't stand you in the first place, Bischoff." And she said something about, "I couldn't stand you 22 years ago." And Bischoff says, "It's been 24 years." And that was just a great segment altogether, dude. Funny, entertaining. Jericho brings it. Orange Cassidy, I'm so glad they're making him into a star, dude. They need to. He deserves a good shot to be in there. But man, Orange Cassidy, to bring up a point, man. The only reason why Chris Jericho was having the debate just so he can try to embarrass Orange Cassidy, and it didn't work.
Debate a guy that hasn't talked. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen?
And if you've seen that before this happened, Sammy Guevara came out with some cue cards, and it said Chris Jericho was the master debater. And you didn't hurry up tearing it up. So that was pretty good too. Anyway, yeah. Up next, man, you had old Britt Baker out there in a wheelchair. Of course, her boy Tony Schiavone's right there with her, interviewing her. You know, them two are thick as thieves. Tony doesn't like to admit it, and of course, she had another shot in the audience of Vicky and Nyla Rose.
Dang it.
Nyla Harsh.
Nyla Harsh. But anyway, that's just our thing we fuck with Ryan about all the time. So, and that will never get old to us because we think it's funny.
Yeah, it'll
Gets
get
old to
old.
him.
It's getting old.
But anyway, man, Britt Baker says, you know, I got someone that I want Big Swole to go against, and so she picked someone, and I don't know, man. I didn't think it was a good pick by Britt Baker, but who am I to?
Go ahead.
Hey, this is your girl, man. This is your segment. What do you think about this?
What do you expect to happen with Reba? Somebody, who just started to learn how to wrestle. Apparently, I mean, she probably has wrestled before.
Right.
But
if you guys don't know who Reba is, that is like Britt Baker's little sidekick.
I mean, me personally, if I want to pick Swole's opponent, I'm going to pick your girl.
I would have picked Nyla Rose. Why did you just pick Nyla Rose?
Why wouldn't you pick the person that's going to squash the shit out
Right,
of Swole?
or well, you can't pick Statlander. She's hurt. Sheeta or somebody. The Ollie or I don't know.
What did Britt Baker expect to happen?
You know, pick a. Yeah, I don't understand. Why she pick a non-wrestler, dude? I don't get it.
Next, there'll be Siobhan.
She could have actually picked Vicky to even go out there and probably put on a better show than this Reba girl. I don't know. But yeah, it was odd. It was odd. Big Swole, of course, this demolished Reba and that 1 star. The reason why I gave 1 star is because Britt Baker was in there.
Yeah.
So that was it. I just thought the whole situation was just odd. It was a filler. It was stupid. This is probably the only bad thing AEW had, I thought. The whole night.
I would say, yeah.
I hated it. I hated the whole thing.
That's because he couldn't be on the audience.
I hated it because I was actually kind of excited to see who her opponent was going to be. I thought it was going to be somebody new or a new debut
Cameron
or
Ariana.
something. And it was just a total garbage letdown. I was actually, like I said, the only worst part of the show, but it was pretty irritating because.
Speaking of Cameron, how'd your team do? Nyla,
They lost.
Did they really?
They lost.
I did not watch it.
They lost.
Who they lose to?
The girl from the Dark Order and a girl that came from NXT. I can't even pronounce her name.
Oh, Tay Kanante.
Something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, Tyra Conti.
Which actually, that match was a good match.
Conti.
It was a
Whoever
good
is,
match.
Taynara.
But yes,
Tanara
they did
Conti,
lose.
yeah.
And this goes back to what I've said before, that AEW just does not have the women to compete right now with anything. As you could tell.
That's not what Shim said, though. But...
Nah.
Like,
Whatever.
He's got a point, though. What he's saying.
No, he does got a point.
Your entire show, you got one woman segment, and it's this. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, why? We have all them. Well, you do have some really good stars.
And they do, and I'm not saying they
Yeah.
don't. I'm just saying.
I
that
agree, though.
When you, like you said, when you have a segment like this where you can feature somebody,
Yeah.
and you have to go
Somebody
with
new. Yeah.
this.
Tanara Conti could have probably did a better job than Reba. I don't know
Oh,
why
for
she-
sure, that
Yeah.
would-
And I
been a
totally
great
get
match.
like the Brit segment. She's probably the biggest star of the women's division. I'll be honest.
One of them anyway, for sure.
I would
Definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, like it was kind of a disrespectful show to the women. Maybe it's because they had their own show earlier this week.
Maybe
I
because
don't
they,
know.
maybe it was because of the tournament. They, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
dropped the ball on that one for sure.
Your main event here was your AEW World Title on the line. Our boy John Moxley defending the title against another guy that we really like, Mr. Darby Allin, Darby Allin. Awesome match this was. I give it 4 stars once again because you cannot go wrong with these two. And they found one hell of a match. I love Darby Allin. I'm a big, huge John Moxley fan. I've been since he was in another company, and so
I actually look forward to this match all week because
yeah, I really did too.
I know what these two guys are capable of.
They-
Darby Allin is definitely undersized, but he's definitely always in the fight.
They did disappoint.
No,
I don't know. What do you think about this?
I liked it. I thought it was a real good match. Like you said, you can't go wrong with either guy. So I liked it. I kind of got the feeling that, I mean, it would have been sweet to see Darby win, so he could get that belt.
With the
but
AEW title already, you think?
Speaking of the AEW
I don't
title,
know, man. That's a little.
there was a little interference.
Yes.
Warlow distracted the ref, and
I didn't see nothing. What are you talking about?
MJF came in, and
What?
if you didn't see it, it was shown all over Moxley's face when he was bleeding like a pig.
Look, that did not happen. That was hearsay.
Oh, must have been a different show I was watching. Sorry.
Don't let
Fine.
John Moxley make up excuses to why he almost lost this match to Darby Allin. All right? Don't try to bring Wardlow into it. Don't bring MJF into it. It had nothing to do with it. He was back there debating.
That must have been a different show, I'm telling you.
Him and Jericho are the master debating love.
Yeah.
Actually, them and two are actually the best thing going on. But yeah, you're right, though. It was pretty interesting, funny to see MJF try to interfere in this match because during his debate thing back in the back, he said that he wanted Darby Allin to win this match because he thinks it would be a lot easier to beat Darby Allin than it would John Moxley, which he's might got a point, but Darby Allin's not no slouch either. So
He said something about like, who would I want to win, the 125-pound guy or something like that? Yeah.
talking mad shit.
Yeah.
MJF's just a brilliant and
Another Jericho dude, I'm telling you, fantastic.
yeah. It was unfortunate that he got benched for as long as he did, and I'm pretty sure his statements were true that it was because some people refused to take a back seat.
That's true.
But
That's true.
as far as his match,
That's
goes,
why he did that. I heard that because he has been on Dynamite in a couple weeks because of that. Because people refused to give their spots up,
Yeah.
and I heard that too. So yeah, that's interesting.
Unfortunately, when you got organic, people getting over organically, you got to run with that. Vince McMahon tried to go against that with, Daniel Bryan, and
And that's why
all
it's
that.
not working, dude. That's why it didn't work.
you got to change on the
We,
fly.
the fans, you guys made Daniel Bryan a star. Remember that.
Your long-term plans of Brock Lesnar and Goldberg main eventing shit does not matter to us fans. What we like is what we like. Give it to us. I know that we're kind of spoiled at sometimes. Sometimes we gotta, be let down. But
Yeah.
anyway, MJF's great. The whole trying to help Darby Allin win so he can guarantee his world championship run.
Yeah.
I want. I'm gonna say it, I want MJF to win.
Yeah.
At all out, I want MJF to win.
We'll see.
He is possibly the biggest star that could come out of AEW. And that's saying a lot because there's
Can
a
you-
lot of great talent there.
Yeah, there is. There really is. I think MJF winning the AEW title and All Out would probably be a good move, dude. Might not be a popular move, but trust people who like heels, that would be a good move. That would be fantastic to see that happen. But other than that, man, that was the show. I said earlier I thought NXT might have got the edge this week. Now that I'm looking at it, I have a lot of 4-star matches on this show, and I think AEW did once again beat NXT. The only good thing about NXT that was fantastic was of course, what happened between Adam Cole and Pat.
And like you said earlier, That's the E in WWE. The entertainment was the Pat McAfee, Adam Cole.
Yeah.
That's going to be what everybody's talking about for weeks. What you got with AEW was solid wrestling like you always get.
Exactly. And it's authentic, it seems.
You got incredible tag team wrestling, which brings up next week is the Tag Team Appreciation Night. Looking forward to that.
I am. It's going to be a good week next week for AEW.
Tag team wrestling, when it's done right, is phenomenal. There's nothing but a good tag team wrestling. But, yeah, I'd have to give AEW the win here.
Yeah. Once again, of course, I'm sure you probably agree on.
Yeah. There's a lot more fillers on NXT than there was AEW. During this whole video, I think that the only thing that we could agree on, one of the things that we could agree on, was the Britt Baker segment. Other than that, that whole show to me was solid. From the first match to the last one.
Yep, totally agree.
Look, if I'm a main roster woman on WWE, though, I'm going to tell you, you're not Charlotte, Becky, any of them 4 horsewomen.
Well, you ain't got to worry about Becky for about 9 months. So.
Hopefully,
whatever. Might be a year or two. Who knows? I hope it is.
But I mean, if you're not one of them, it seems like your success is very hindered lately.
Definitely, I agree with that.
Going to MJF, what I would like to see, I think he's actually going to take the belt from Mox, and then I would like to see if him and Wardlow are not breaking up. I would like to see MJF have that championship and Wardlow challenge Cage for his FTW championship, and you would have 2 champions in one stable. That would be
Cage and
awesome
Starks.
match. I would like it.
Yeah, Cage and Starks were, speaking of them, they were banned from the arena this week because of the certain things they didn't want, they didn't want them to get involved in that Darby Allin match and John Moxley. But yeah, so that was interesting.
One thing I'd like to say with MJF, I'd definitely love to see him world champion because he'd be the first non-WWE guy to hold the belt.
Dude, yeah, that's
you
true.
want to build an organic star and show that you're about building, you got to give it to somebody that wasn't in WWE.
But that's a false statement because MJF was part of NXT back in the day. Because if you guys look, there's a little segment of Samoa Joe when he was coming out of the locker room. MJF was one of his side people, one of the security guards. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. He wasn't actually a wrestler in NXT.
He was never a world champion.
So he's actually an AEW homegrown star. That'll be awesome. See that? So we'll see. And how he's going to win the match will probably have to do something with Wardlow then, if he doesn't win the match. I'm sure. But we'll have to see. I don't know.
Or what if Darby Allin cost him the match, and they set up a feud to go a little longer?
Or what if Taz makes his faction even bigger and takes on MJF and Wardlow?
Or what if you just don't know?
Yeah.
That's too many mouthpieces.
Yeah, that's true. That's too many mouthpieces in the group. I don't know. We'll see what happens though.
I think if AEW is smart, they'll give MJF the belt.
I'm sorry we went over a little this week. We don't give a shit because AEW is just a more fantastic show.
A lot of good points here to talk about, and
yeah. So let's keep on going for as long as whatever. And but yeah, I don't know. I thought it was great. I don't know. The whole show was great. AEW Dynamite. I have not yet to see a show of Dark yet, and I should start watching it. You've been telling me about it. I didn't even get to see the tag team tournament between women, so I really want to watch that too. So I'll probably get into that. But we'll have to see what happens, man. Other than that, I don't know. You guys got anything else, man?
not really. Just another decisive victory by the ratings god, Chris Jericho,
Demigod.
and AEW.
You got anything else to say?
No, that pretty much sums it up.
You ain't got no shout outs or anything too?
No.
Nyler, Vicky, or
Jesus.
Hey man, for your boy BP right here, and his partners Ryan and Chubbs.
Hey, I want to give a shout out real quick to the Spirit of 71. Where you at, man? Calling you out.
There you go, Spirit 71. If you guys don't know who he is, he's featured in me and Chubbs' earlier videos. He's a great guy. Hope he can come back on the show pretty soon. We are going to be doing probably a massive video on his collection he's got, him and his brother, so it's going to be very interesting to see that.
And we do have a prediction show coming up.
Yeah, we do got a prediction show, so he might be on that. Who knows? And speaking of that, I'm calling the role model a lot too. Rick Lee. We're inviting you on the show.
Bailey?
Bailey? I don't know. No, Rick Lee, we are calling you. If you do want to come on the show, we'd like to have you on the show to talk about your thoughts with all pro wrestling, not just RCW. And plus, just give your thoughts, and maybe you can show us a replay of the handprint you gave old Chubbs here. But
There
other
we
than
go.
that,
First punishment: loser has to take a Rick Lee chop.
wow, that could
If
happen.
we can get Rick Lee on board, that's our first punishment.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens. Other than that, this
Can
is
you take another chop?
well the way he
I
says.
don't lose.
The way he says.
Somebody says.
It doesn't matter. As he says, Rick hits like a girl anyway, I guess.
Oh.
He hits like Bailey's. What?
Yeah, last I heard,
I'm
his,
not saying that.
his
He
hand
said
was
it.
broken after hitting such a massive chest. Like,
So we'll get into that later on. So we'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for joining us right here for Wednesday Night Wars. As for everybody else, I'm your boy BP, Ryan, Chubbs, and we'll see you guys right back here next week for Wednesday Night Wars on the Corner.